Listen, I know what you're thinking. Crazy Gary from West Virginia, spin in another yarn wilder than a runaway squirrel on moonshine. But this one, folks, this one'll leave you staring at the shadows longer than a nervous possum. It happened deep in the Monongahela National Forest, miles from the nearest blinking light and a coyote's howl away from civilization. Track in a particularly ornery buck, been on its trail for days. Time slipped away like smoke from a campfire, sun dipped lower than a possum's belly. Threw together a makeshift camp in the twilight, that's when it hit me. A low groan, like a sinkhole peanin' up in the distance, but different. Deeper, more primal, sent a shiver crawling up my spine colder than a January creek. Now, I ain't new to the mountain music bears, bobcats, the occasional lost college kid yellin' for directions. But this was a song I'd never heard before. Curiosity, maybe a smidge of foolishness, got the best of me. Grabbed my headlamp and crept towards the sound, heart thump in a frantic rhythm against my ribs. The pines gave way to a clearing bathed in moonlight. There, standing tall against the luminous sky, was a creature unlike anything I ever laid eyes on. Tower uneasy, 10 feet tall, broad-shouldered, covered in a thick mat of dark fur. The air hung heavy with a pungent, earthy smell that made my eyes water. For a heartbeat, the world held its breath. Then the creature turned its head, and the moonlight glinted off massive, intelligent eyes. Fear threatened to take hold, but something kept me rooted to the spot. It stared for a long, tense moment, then let out a low, mournful cry that echoed through the hollers. And just like that, it vanished, back into the shadows it went, the rumble of its footsteps fading into the night. I stood there, shaky and speechless, until the sun peeked over the horizon, paint in the hills with a golden glow. Didn't sleep a wink that night, the encounter replaying over and over in my head. Now, I ain't saying it was Bigfoot or some hairy hermit out there, but what I saw, what I experienced, that was real. A creature of immense size and intelligence, existing in the wild, unseen, and unknown. It changed something deep within me. That encounter made me realize how little we truly understand about these vast West Virginia mountains, holding more secrets than a coal mine at midnight. So, the next time you hear someone scoff at the idea of Bigfoot, tell them about Crazy Gary. Tell them there's more to these mountains than meets the eye. And maybe, just maybe, there's a truth hiding in the shadows, waiting to be discovered.